Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy Dark Arco here with What If Issei had the power of, or not had the power? You know what, I'm gonna just say fuck it. What if Issei was a reincarnation of Yuji Itadori? But yeah. Now, I was going to just call this What If Issei had Yuji's domain expansion, and that is none other than the goddamn boxing arena that everyone theories about. Because my man Yuji has the power of left, right, good night. But yeah, not gonna lie, that's an amazing power and I love it. But yeah, yes, Issei is going to be the reincarnation of Yuji. Yuji Itadori. Not Sukuna, because I already did a Sukuna one and I have to still continue that one on. Don't worry, I'll continue on later. But right now, I'm gonna go on with this What If. Because yeah, fuck off. But then, let me begin. So we begin into mostly, well, Issei kind of waking up from a nightmare. Now, he thought he was already burned alive from mostly him talking to a dragon. But this is where, well, he thought it was a dream, but it wasn't. It was actually his true kind of mostly reality. It was Diedrich finally able to talk to his host after a unfortunate event for him to fight against someone named Riser Phoenix. And of course, the Riser Phoenix managed to defeat him and Reyes had to forcibly have to go marry him. But yeah. Now, Gracie is still there, and of course, she does talk to Issei about helping Reyes, and of course, here's a paper tag and other things, but yeah. But Issei didn't really care about that. He felt strange more often than normal. He felt like his increase in senses increased entirely. This is where, well, he felt like he can punch a fucking hole through a wall. It's not the boosting or even the demonic strength, but he felt quite different. This is where, well, we'll see, well, something inside him has started to awakening. But this is where, well, we'll see, Issei said, I see, how many days would I have to save her? This is where, well, Gracie says, it will be in a week. So not a week, 3 days later. So, yes, use this paper to, if you're going to go save her. And this is where Issei says, I understand, got it. But this is where, well, we go into Issei kind of thinking about something. Diedrich says, so we have finally established a link together. Problem is, you are still pretty weak. So even if you manage to use a bunch of boosts to fight against Riser Phoenix, you still won't be able to land a hit on him. Issei is thinking about something. How to destroy or mostly nullify or just like cancel out mostly, well, Riser Phoenix attacks. He knows that he doesn't have any long-range attacks to fight against Riser. He also knows that he won't fight him in hand-to-hand combat because his regeneration. He also knows that, well, Riser Phoenix is a high devil who has lots of magic and other stuff. And pretty much, he doesn't know what to do. He really needs to get around that regeneration. He wishes he has something to just get around it. But yeah. This is what, well, he's right now thinking in his head and trying to think. He then talks to Diedrich inside the mindscape because he does want to talk to him. Even though they can just establish a link like that. This is where, well, Diedrich says, I don't have anything, well, you're too weak to even, well, be able to use any of my special abilities. You can't even use the balance breaker just yet. You're completely the weakest host, but that doesn't matter. That this is where Issei feels bad. This is where, well, Diedrich tries to like comfort his like host, but he can't because he just like ruined this man's pride. This is where, well, Issei said, I don't know what to do. This is where Issei falls down to the ground. He doesn't even know if he can save Reyes. He just is sad, depressed. This is where, well, Diedrich is trying to comfort his host, trying to like tell him everything will be fine. You just need to train. But this is where, well, Diedrich doesn't know exactly what to train to actually save, well, the red hair, mostly the redeemed from the fried chicken. This is where, well, Issei right now wishes that he has something to cancel out, well, mostly Riser's Phoenix, regeneration, magic, and everything. This is where, well, something inside their mindscape says, hey, maybe I can help. This is where, well, both Diedrich and even Issei turns around to see the darkness, and of course the darkness starts moving, and Sergeant started walking out. A guy with pinkish hair, looking like he has a scar, like, in his, like, in front of, like, between his eyes. He also has a scar near his, like, lip, but not the point. This is where, well, he has these kind of yellowish eyes that they look kind of yellowish for a second. They're glowing, but they're brown. This is where he does have pinkish hair with some black, but not the point. Do it. But of course, he also is kind of wearing like this tracksuit that looks like a blackish kind of jacket with like black pants and like white shoes, but not the point. This is where, well, we'll see. Issei says, who are you? DJ says, you're not a part of any of my previous hosts. Who are you? This is where, well, Yuji says, me? Oh, this is where he waves up and kind of looks funny as hell after Mosi, instead of looking serious and hell, like walking towards him. So he looks like this, and this is where he says, oh, me? This is where he waves at both of them, just looking cheerful and happy instead of being serious and just, yeah. He pretty much just like waves and he just smiles like this, but yeah. But this is where, well, he says, yo, my name is Yuji Itadori, and I am your reincarnation, or mostly you right there are my incarnation, or yeah, reincarnation, incarnation. I don't really know the difference. I don't really care neither. But hi, this is where he waves at mostly Issei. Issei says, your reincarnation? Well, who are you? Well, didn't I already tell you there? The name's Yuji Itadori. Yuji Itadori. And, well, I don't really know about any of this, like, magic stuff, but I have a technique that might be able to stop and cancel out magic, probably. I don't really know if magic has any different effects from cursed energy, but who really cares? This is where, oh, Issei says, you do? I don't really know if it will work or not, but if it works, then you'll probably be able to beat him up. But we gotta really work on that whole fighting style you have. It's a really rusty kind of fighting style and not really good. Then again, I can't really blame you because you've really just been thrown into this like supernatural world stuff or whatever. It's not like Jujutsu Sorcerer when I was back in mostly Jujutsu High, but hey, who really cares, right? This is where almost Issei said, He sees how Yuji smiles so contagious, he smiles also. And this is where, well, Yuji says, that's the spirit. Now, we are going to go train. This is where, well, we go into mostly a 3-day time skip. Issei has been training his mindscape and even outside right now, learning how to train like fighting like Yuji does. Using his fists, his legs, and using his whole body to just train. Of course, Issei's body has actually been transforming slowly to down to Yuji's body. Also, Issei has also slowly kind of transformed into a cursed object. So, we'll see, not a cursed object, cursed spirit somewhat. Because, yes, Yuji does have what's it called, Sukuna's somewhat power, so not the point. Because if you have read in the manga, blah, 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 or mostly watch videos about mostly Yuji kind of becoming more of a cursed kind of object figure, you get the point, right? He's basically slowly, he is kind of like having Sukuna's powers at the same time. He does have his own domain and blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of theories saying that his domain is basically the basically left, right, Goodnight domain expansion boxing arena. But yeah, but not the point. If you have heard of the theory of the boxing arena kind of mostly domain, then you know that that's basically what Issei's going to be using against Riser. But not the point. But we go into mostly Issei kind of been trained by Yuji. Of course, his body is slowly training, well, becoming to that. His humanity is kind of almost gone, but at the same time, it's not. Well, it is there. It's more of, well, there's more humanity than the devil side because the devil side was actually slowly turned into a cursed object thing. Mostly the evil pieces that Issei has literally became his. So mostly Issei is now fully a kind of cursed being or cursed human like Yuji. And of course he is much physically stronger than that of a normal devil, but yeah. This is where Issei kind of feels like he kind of is ready to kind of throw hands with the fucking fried chicken this time. He's going to make sure the fried chicken fucking learns his lesson today. Or whenever, whatever. But we go into mostly Issei kind of wearing the same thing like fucking Yuji right here. And kind of, well, decide to summon himself towards where the marriage will be at. Issei right now punches the door so hard right now, snapping it off his hinges. Right now launching it straight to the guards and they just get right now splat to the fucking wall. This is where everyone was shocked. They were like confused. Like, what was that? Riser says, who are you? This is where, well, mostly he was confused. But this is where, well, someone's walking through like a complete badass. His hair is kind of like short but spiked up to that being the same kind of like hairstyle as Yuji. And this is where, well, mostly Issei's hair has become pink also. This is where, well, Issei's eyes are glowing with a kind of like yellowish color. And this is where, well, Yuji, well, mostly not Yuji, Issei says, huh? I'm here. hey guys. This is where he waves at mostly Rias and also the others. And this is where, well, mostly they're confused to see Yuji. Well, not Yuji, mostly Issei. God, I'm gonna keep confusing myself with Yuji and Issei because they're almost the similar same, somewhat. Which Yuji's not pervert, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly everyone just kind of wind their eyes after seeing Issei. Issei aura is completely different. He does have cursed energy. He does, well, he only had a little bit of magic for being a human, but now he has cursed energy. Basically, the demonic energy that he has is turned into a cursed energy, so he's able to use cursed energy, manipulate it, and however he liked it. But not the point. He was just like, so he kind of just like right now popping out his bones and getting ready to fight against a fucking fried chicken. This is where, well, before anything happens, this is where, well, Surgic still appears, and that whole thing about like finesse, that whole thing to be like fighting against mostly Riser will still happen. Riser kind of scoffed but decided to agree to it, blah blah blah. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into mostly time skip into that battle. This is where Riser sends Fireball straight into Issei, but Issei is jumping out of the way right now, kind of running, just dodging, sliding down, and right now dodging the attacks. This is where Riser says, do you really think that you can just run? You're going to lose, human! You are nothing but a lower present than, to me, and no one will ever be able to defeat me, because I am Riser Phoenix, blah 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 blah. We go into someone's POV. This is where, well, two older kind of, or mostly three older Phoenixes are kind of watching this. Mostly he looks to be the head of the Phoenix clan. He just signed to see Riser, saying, go get him, son. Can't believe you did something foolish in fighting the Red Dragon Emperor. The other two are basically his sons, and this is where, well, they say, damn it, Riser, why do you have to do something stupid? If the kid managed to win, you basically lost their marriage. That idiot. This is where, well, an older female was just kind of chuckling, saying, I wonder what the Red Dragon is going to do. This is where a younger kind of like Phoenix girl was kind of just saying, I hope Big Brother Nissan will be able to win, yeah. This is where, well, the three older Phoenixes looks at mostly the older siblings looks at their younger sibling. The younger sibling gets scared of their kind of glance, but not the point. But this is where, well, mostly the older female kind of just said, Raffle, you need to calm down with Riser. If Riser gets clocked out here, then he won't, well, he lost the marriage between mostly, well, between the Gremory and mostly the Phoenix. This is where, well, Raffle said, but he's not going to lose. He can't lose against the Red Dragon Emperor. He has the power of the Phoenix. Yeah, but that can still get around if the Red Dragon Emperor is strong. But this is where, well, what they see before anyone, we go into the POV of like the four mouths watching this, and they're like saying, so, Surgex, you really think that mostly the Red Dragon will be able to win? Yes, this is where they see something happens. This is where, well, mostly when Issei is close enough to Riser's fighting him in hand-to-hand combat. This is where, well, Riser says, do you think that he gets punched in the face? And this is where, well, he says, you realize I am a Phoenix. I cannot lose here. This is where Issei says, I know you can't lose. This is where, well, Issei puts his hands together and says, domain expansion, boxing arena. This is where, well, mostly a giant kind of like, it's mostly like an actual, mostly like barrier kind of domain. He couldn't really make the actual domain without the barrier, but whatever. This is where, well, right now, Riser's confused, and this is where, well, Riser says, what the hell is this? Weird magic, but it won't work against me. This is where his fire's gone. Huh? My fire? What the? This is where Issei says, he keeps jumping and saying, well, this basically nullifies her magic and everything. Can't believe it actually works, but hey, who cares? It's not between a fight of only using fists. So get ready for a fucking true fight. This is where Riser's saying, the fuck do you mean? This is where Issei punch him in the face. Start beating his ass. Riser is trying to like fight against Issei, but this is where Issei is right now kind of dodging his punches, uppercutting his shit, and start beating his ass. Riser is trying to use a regeneration, but there's no regeneration when this fucking thing cancel out all magic. Literally, it just destroys all of it. Like I said, fuck all that, and just went out through. It literally said, fuck powers, you catching these hands. Basically start beating his ass. Left, right, up, down, right, down. This is where, well, Issei's not giving up. He's giving fucking Riser these goddamn hands if he likes it or not. He started beating his shit up. That's where his, mostly Issei's hand started becoming to a reddish color. And this is where, well, he decided to call it Black Flash. This is where Issei starts kind of boom! A powerful impact into Riser. Another one. You get the point. This is where Issei is fucking beating the shit out of Riser. Riser is struggling so bad, and this is where Riser says, "This is good for the fat." This is. Yeah, Issei does not care. He's not letting Riser finish the damn sentence. Issei's a menace right now. This is where, well, Riser's trying so hard, but literally getting his shit stomped in. He's right now in a fucking crowd, in a very fetus. Well, he's in a fetus position, and right now just trying to, cover his head, so basically he won't get brain damage. No, that ain't happening. Issei is stomping on this shit like it's nothing. Of course, Issei can't use his mostly dragon boosted gear because it does nullify all magic here. Except he can definitely use curse energy. But not the point. But this is where, well, Issei is just stomping on Riser, breaking ribs, breaking bones. Riser can't do anything. Riser's kind of crying because he wasn't expecting to fight someone like this. Brutal as shit. But this is where Riser says, I won't give up. You won't stop me. This is where Issei punches him in the face saying, "Come on, you fucking fried chicken. Where's that fucking attitude of yours? Didn't you say you were gonna beat my ass? How about I give you this left, right, good night, fucking strike?" But yeah, pretty much Issei kind of uses left and then right, and then sends a powerful good right to the chin, knocking Riser out. But this way, well, the bearer decides to dispel after mostly Issei clocking this man out. Ding, 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 ding. This is where Issei says, "Yeah, fuck you, you fucking fried chicken. I kicked your fucking ass." Everyone right now just sweatshots. This is where Issei is right now grinning like a madman. This is where, well, mostly Yuji says, "Data boy." This is where, well, Drake could not really see this and says, "What the fuck even happened?" Pretty much he gave him the fucking left, right, good night strike. This is where, well, Yuji says, I didn't even see. What the fuck? This is where, well, Yuji says, "Oh, you didn't need to see there, Dragon. Besides, Issei got this." This is where he smiles, takes your sweat drops, and looks at mostly Yuji and says, "I hate you, you know that? You're so mean there, Dragon. So very, very mean." Shut up, leave me alone. This is where, well, Issei says, "Yeah, fuck you. Yeah." Yeah, pretty much he's still like running around, just laughing the fact that he beat the shit out of Riser. Riser's knocked out cold. Everyone wind their eyes, and this is where, well, mostly Raph will say, "Big brother." This is where, well, the other Phoenix says, "What the hell did he do, and how the hell did he just beat the shit out of Riser?" The older Phoenix kind of asks his father. His father says, "I do not know, but clearly the Red Dragon Emperor did something to probably nullify the magic of the Phoenix regeneration. If that was a thing, then yeah, the Red Dragon Emperor in this generation is dangerous." This is where, oh, Issei said, "Fuck you, Riser. That's what you get. It's my special technique. The left, right, good night, fucking strike." Yeah, he's just celebrating and laughing about it, but yeah. But we go into mostly a time skip of later on, but yeah, we go into mostly the POV of everyone else, but yeah, everyone is just shocked. Issei gets teleported back, and this is where, well, Issei is just kind of smiling. Right now, looking at Rhea saying, "Yo!" He's smiling at her, but yeah. But of course, we go into mostly Issei kind of smiling, and this is where, well, mostly Rhea is also smiling. She's actually happy that she got out of the marriage. Because yes, Issei did kind of tell Surtex that he wanted the marriage to be destroyed for Rhea to be free. But yeah, Rhea smiles, and of course Issei also smiles. But yeah, that's where, well, right now Surtex is smiling and seeing how Issei managed to free Rhea. Of course, this is where he finds out one thing. Issei is no longer a devil. He instead is something different. But of course he won't tell Rhea this because, well, he doesn't really want to kind of, well, mostly it wasn't Surtex that noticed it, it was actually Juka. He just didn't want to tell mostly Surtex or Rhea. So he decided to keep that and decided to actually talk to Issei by himself. He decided to just ask him a question while mostly the two red hairs are kind of celebrating, but yeah, because Rhea is happy and other things. But this is where, she's confused why Juka even asked him to kind of follow him. Or mostly, well, ask her pawn to follow him, but yeah. This is where, well, right now Juka uses his own magic upon Issei, and Issei got kind of scared, and this is where, well, Issei was right now about to have to fight this man, about to give him the fucking left, right, good night, the strikes, but this is where, oh, and Juka stopped him. He just wanted to kind of ask him a question. "So, what's with the evil pieces? Why are they corrupted now?" Issei said, what? This is where, Yuji decides to talk to Issei's head, and Issei's head, saying that most of the evil pieces that became, cursed evil pieces. Whatever the fuck you mean, cursed evil pieces. Since you don't have a magic anymore, I changed all your magic into basically cursed energy. So, they won't be able to, well, receive the command of Rias for you to promote yourself. So, are you saying that I'm basically somewhat of a free piece? Yes, I think. What is a free piece? Yes, the giant dragon. This is where, well, DJ swatch up and say, okay. Since I forget that you're not from this world, I guess I'll explain to you. This is where, well, Diedrich explains to Yuji about what is an evil piece. This is where, well, Yuji now understood and then tells Issei that pretty much they're cursed pieces. Yep. That is where, well, Issei kind of just looks at Juka, and Juka right now looks at him with mostly a glance of seeing if anything will be not said entirely, but this is where, well, so not said, but this is where, well, right now, Juka right now looks at Issei to expect some probably answer that most of the evil pieces were ripped out of mostly Issei. So probably get some power or something or whatever. Maybe Issei was transformed to a dragon. Issei says, they become cursed pieces. This is where Issei smiles at Juka. And Juka looks at him confusedly and say, what do you mean cursed spirits? Or cursed objects? This is where Issei says, well, I don't really use magic no more. I transform all my magic into curse energy. Yay! That's where, well, mostly Juka says curse energy. This is where, well, Issei kind of explains a little bit. That's pretty much just develop of emotions, kind of able to kind of use curse energy. And this curse energy kind of is different from magic. It's mostly a evil, darker version than magic, probably. He can't really explain towards Juka that well in scientific words because he's not that great in it. But yeah, Juka looks at mostly Issei and says, can't you reverse it back? Well, I don't have magic. I kind of got rid of all my magic or the bit of magic that I had in my body. I just threw it away and went to change it to curse energy. So I have no idea in how to actually change it back. Can you promote without it? Without mostly Ria's command? Promotion to Rook. He turns into a Rook, then a Knight, and then what's it called? He says promotion to Rook. He promoted to Rook. He promoted to a Knight. He also promoted to a Bishop, and then a Queen, and then an actual King. This is where Issei said, huh? Oh, I did not know I can do that. This is where Issei's head actually did kind of make, well, his curse energy did actually make him a crown on top of his head. And this is where Issei said, huh, I can do something like that. I never actually tried it out. I only trained in my kind of hand-to-hand combat and learning how to use curse energy by myself. Kinda. But yeah. This is where, well, right now Juka was winding his eyes to actually see that Issei promoted to a king without even having a king piece within him. Literally, the palm pieces that Issei has have now become cursed objects. And since it has a bit of Sukuna's power inside them, they literally just promoted to king in an instant. Because, well, Sukuna is called the king of all curses. So, of course, Issei was literally turned to the king of, well, the cursed palm pieces. But yeah. That's where, oh, Juka says, okay. I can see that you're basically just promoting yourself straight up to king and just didn't. Can you not do that when you were actually fighting against Riser? This is my first time even knowing about this. You talked about the pieces. I was just kicking his ass in a domain that I made that basically cancels out magic. It was basically a boxing arena that I was beating his ass with. Wait, what? Did Juka say, wait, what? He says, oh, nothing. Other than that, I should probably get to Rias. This is where, well, mostly Issei walks away, getting out of his promotion and just walking towards Rias. But yeah. Ajuka says, huh? What did he just say? This is where, well, mostly Ajuka was confused. But he actually wants to learn more about this cursed energy. Clearly, Issei kind of has something here that he developed, but it's truly something that Issei cannot explain with mostly mathematics. He needs to see it for himself. So before mostly Issei got to leave, this is where Juka right now makes a barrier right in front of Issei to smash into it. This is where Issei says, ow, that hurt it. This is where Issei turns around to see Juka. Juka says, sorry, but I can't let you leave. I cannot let someone like you kind of roam around with that much power. This is where Juka right now creates magic circles so I should take out Issei. Issei says, what do I do, guys? This is where Juka says, oh no, fucking kick his ass. This is where, well, Diedrich says, well, not Diedrich, mostly Yuji says, I don't know, fucking kick his ass. Give him the Goodnight time. This is where, well, mostly Diedrich says, no, Issei, do not. This is where Issei says, domain expansion. This is where he already wasted so much curse energy, but since he has tons about, a bit about it, this is where, well, he then puts mostly them in a basically boxing arena. Juka's magic right now dispels, and this is where Juka says, why can't I use magic? This is where, well, he looks up to see Issei with a look of, you're fucked up. Juka says, huh? This is where Juka right now blocks a punch, but the punch still managed to kind of hurt his arm. But this is where he did not expect a black flash to smash into him. This is where Juka says, okay, what the hell? I did not even see that one coming. This is where, well, he's trying to calculate, but of course he can't use the magic. And he's in a fucking boxing arena. So this is probably the thing that mostly Issei used against mostly, well, Riser. Pretty much a boxing arena that cancels out all magic. This is where Juka winds his eyes, realizing that Issei says, well. He jumps up and down and says, well, I never did fight a male, but I want to know if I can be able to defeat you. This is where, well, right now, Juka says, okay. This is a little bit tricky. I don't even know what the hell happened, and I don't even know how you managed to do this. This is where, well, mostly before Juka can understand, Issei punch him in the face again and again and again and again. This is where Issei starts kind of kicking his ass. This is where, well, mostly before Issei was able to kind of land the last punch, Issei felt his body right now feeling like it's getting tired because he wasted too much curse energy, and this domain does waste a lot of curse energy. So, of course, this is where Issei falls down. The domain right now shatters. This is where, well, Juka looks all around and sees that he's fine, and sees that mostly he's kind of wounded really bad, but of course he's able to use magic back again, so he used a bit of magic to heal himself. But this is where he looks down at an unconscious Issei. Okay. Also, that king promotion does take a lot of toll on Issei's body because it's a king promotion, but yeah, that's not supposed to happen. But since they became cursed objects, they no longer need the command of Rias. But yeah, that's where, oh, mostly, well, you know, Juka looks down and says, hey, you okay, kid? No response. Kid, are you okay? Shit, did I kill him? Oh shit. This is where, well, the boosted gear appear on Issei's hand and says, no, you did not kill him. He just ran out of energy. Curse energy still has a limit on it. That's where, well, Juka says, oh, thank goodness. I thought I killed him. No, and also the King Peace promotion, he might have told himself out. That strength of power, he kind of didn't notice too much increase, which there was a huge amount increase. It's just Issei is a little too stupid because of the other person that he's with. Okay, then how did he learn about this curse energy or whatever it is? Well, he learned it from someone named Yuji Itadori, another stupid person in my opinion. This is where Yuji says, hey, that's so mean of you to say. This is where, well, it did actually, mostly Juka managed to hear it through the boosted gear and says, what the hell was that? This is where, oh, Diedrich decides to explain towards mostly Juka and who exactly Yuji Itadori. He's basically a reincarnation being of another world and decides to train Issei to learn curse energy and get rid of magic entirely. Because mostly there's no way to increase magic, so basically Issei yeeted out of the way, decide to gain curse energy, and decide to fight against people, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly Juka says, I see. So curse energy is basically just negative emotions. Yep. The more negative emotions he has, the more power that he got. Yep. Okay. And what is this reverse curse energy? Is basically two negatives multiplied together to make a positive. And that's what my understanding. Issei used it against mostly Riser when he did manage to get hurt a little bit. Just so he can look like he never got hurt at all. This is where almost see, Juka says, I see. What is that domain? Okay, I have not seen the domain, so do not ask me that domain. Yuji says that domain is called a boxing arena, also known as the Malevolent Arena. That's where, oh, we'll see. Juka questioned Yuji about what it does. Notify all magic. Well, it notifies all cursed energy because I had to fight against someone that was actually king of the curses before in my world. I managed to defeat him and yeah. But not the point, I also did get killed by him, but that's not the point either. But of course, I defeated him, and of course, that was my technique, my domain. I haven't really mastered it, but of course, I decided to teach Issei to use it. It does burn a lot of curse energy, but doesn't matter. Issei still managed to kick your ass. This is where, well, almost he kicked the shit out of that blondish guy. But who cares? This is where, almost see, Juka can see that Yuji is almost the same personality as Seraphol. Or not Seraphol, from the fact that both super hyperactive. This is where, oh, right now, Juka says if Yuji was actually a person, Yuji would have been the freaking best friend slash either boyfriend for Seraph, just because how hyperactive they are. This is where, oh, right now, thinking that the kid right in front of him is the reincarnation of Yuji. That means he's going to be super hyperactive. So, of course, he will keep that in mind. And mostly, basically, Issei might fucking date Seraph in the near future. That's probably a thing. He probably is predicting the future, but hey, who knows? But this is where, well, we go into mostly a time skip of, well, Issei waking up in a room. This is where, well, he's back at the human world. Mostly, Juka did teleport him back, just saying that mostly tells the two red hairs about mostly that he just put Issei back because he wasted a lot of energy and he passed out when he was going to talk to him. But yeah, this is where they both believe him, and of course, this is where, well, Juka did not want to explain the fact that he almost got in a battle with the Issei and he was about to use domain expansion, kick his ass in a very boxing arena that got rid of his magic, which is crazy. Like, literally, he can probably even fight against the Infinity Dragon and just beat the shit of the Infinity Dragon, when the Infinity Dragon could literally just be nullified to a normal human. He then thinks that Issei, yeah, he's gotten way too strong. But yeah. Well, in a short amount of time, he got way too strong. But goddamn, that's a crazy thing. But yeah. But of course, we go into mostly Issei waking up the next day. And this is where Issei says, what happened? Oh, my head hurts. This is where you use the reverse curse energy to get rid of like a headache. And this is where, well, mostly Deidre says you overdid yourself. Yuji says that's a very bad thing to do, Issei-kun. This is where, well, Issei says, did I? But didn't you tell me to use domain expansion? This is where, well, Deidre says, okay, don't listen to the pink-haired dumbass, Issei. Don't ever listen to him ever again. Do not fight another Mao using domain expansion. You can fight against a freaking fried chicken. That's because he was terrible in hand-to-hand combat. But the other Mao that you just fought was also kind of bad in hand-to-hand combat. He probably only used his magic ever in his life, but that's not the point. Never fight another Mao, because I swear to God, I think you would get instantly kicked the shit out of if he was actually a better fighter. I think he was more surprised the fact that he couldn't use magic. That's what he was mostly surprised. He says, okay, DJ, I heard you. Ow, you don't need to get screaming in my ear. What the hell was that? But not the point. This is where, well, he tells, well, Issei never to do something like that again. Issei says, you're so mean, D-Drake. What if I decide to fight him again? This time he's trying to kill me or something. I don't know what to do, but don't ever do something like that. Don't fight against the red hair's kind of older brother. Don't fight anyone else, okay? Got it? Done. This is where end of discussion. Issei says, you're so mean, Drake. So, Yuji, what should we do? This is where Yuji says, we should probably kind of keep training. This is where, well, right now, Drake says, what about school? Issei says, oh yeah, what about school? Yuji, this is where Teacher says, stop talking to Yuji. Didn't I already ask you? This is where Teacher is getting frustrated with mostly the fact that Issei is talking to Yuji. This is where, well, Yuji says, I would say go back to school, or we can go to the movie theater. I want to know what kind of movies are in this world. This is where Issei says, ooh, movies. Yeah, let's go, movies. This is where Teacher says, school is more important, goddammit. This is where Issei says, school, potato, who gives a damn? This is where both of them said in a very relaxed tone and decide to ignore Diedrich. Diedrich, frustrated right now, sighs and just says, do whatever, you two damn brats. But we go into now a time skip of mostly, well, literally, Issei being in a fucking movie theaters. Right now watching a scary movie, but yeah, this is where, well, at the same time, it's a love movie. It's about a ant. The Ant-Man. Yeah, do you remember that one series that mostly fucking Yuji was talking about, the Worm Man, and there's a like episode or part 4 of the movie or something? Yeah, Issei, this is where he's watching the ant instead of a worm. But yeah, this is what, well, while that's happening, this is what, well, right now we go into mostly a time skip of that happening. But yeah, we go into a certain red hair's office, and of course a certain black hair's, well, mostly black hair with violet eyes, kind of office. Right now wondering where the hell is Issei and why hasn't he went to classes? But of course we go to a red hair and wondering why Issei hasn't really shown up. But yeah, we go into basically the red hair deciding to teleport, thinking that maybe Issei's in trouble. No, Issei's literally been watching a straight up movie, and since it's so dark inside, no one saw that mostly the red magic circle appeared right next to Issei and teleported. This is where, well, Ria says, Issei. This is where, well, she knows they're in a movie theater and think, what are you? This is where Issei says, huh? Oh, hey, Rias, I'm right now watching a movie. This is where he's drinking and saying, want popcorn? This is where almost Issei smiles at Rias, and Rias says, yeah? This is where Rias sits down next to Issei, and they're basically watching a somewhat scary / romance movie of the Ant-Man. Pretty much, the character kind of just looks like Beru from Solo Leveling, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly the ant. The giant ant, Beru. This is where, well, Issei's drinking right now his cup of soda, while right now Rias is eating the popcorn. Of course, this is where she sees it as too salty and decides to grab the soda from mostly Issei. Issei says, Rias. This is where Rias say, she drinks it, but yeah, she didn't really care if it had Issei's saliva and just kind of say, why did you grab such salty popcorn? This is where Issei say, oh, sorry about that. I didn't know what kind of popcorn you were like, but pretty much I was just watching a movie here. Okay, that's not the point. We gotta go back to mostly what's it called? Well, club. He says, but can I finish the movie first? Rios says, fine. That's why, well, mostly Rios wasn't expecting Issei to be so childish. And of course, it somewhat suits him a little bit, but he's acting childish. At the same time, when it's a battle, he's serious as hell, but not the point. But this is where, well, we go after the movie's ended. And this is what, well, Rias did get a text from, Sona, and Nakano wondering where the hell she's at. Pretty much, she enjoyed the movie. It was only what's it called? The movie was literally movie part 2. But yeah, that's where, well, Issei was wondering when is part 3 or even part, what's it called? Part 3 or 4 is coming out. Until he realized it's already came out. He just watched mostly part 1 and part 2 a while ago. But yeah, Issei says, hey, I can't wait for tomorrow then. Part 3 and 4 should be interesting. This is where, oh, Ria says, Issei, club. Issei says, fine. Let's just kind of walk over there. No, we're just gonna teleport over there. Okay, fine. But before teleporting, this is where someone was about to attack Rias until it was a guy with a crazy maniacal grin. He has silverish hair and, of course, kind of golden eyes. And he had an Excalibur. But this is where Issei blocks the Excalibur, literally with just his hands. This is where, well, Issei right now uses curse energy to block it. So, of course, the Excalibur really never hurt him. Issei right now pushes Freed away. Freed says, damn it, you damn devils. That's where, well, Rias was shocked to see Freed again. Freed says, oh, wait, you're that red hair girl, and you're the, who's the pink hair guy? This is where Rias forgets that Issei has pink hair instead of having brown, which is still brown, but it's just more pink. This is where, well, she actually couldn't really see in the kind of dark light. Even with her night vision, she really thought it was just brown. But this is where, well, right now, Freed says, who's that guy? This is where, before he can even say anything, Issei appeared right in front of him and say, Black Flash! Boom! Boom! This is where Freed gets launched into a wall. This is where, well, Issei said, you're annoying as hell. Issei's voice and mostly his look became more serious than ever. He became much more colder and is walking straight towards Freed. This is where, well, he's literally walking like a menace. This is where his aura is much more dangerous now. This is where Rias gets turned on a little bit because, which Issei was super happy and cheerful a while ago, it went into a fucking 180 and now he became serious and cold. This is where, well, more serious than ever. This is where, well, Rias was confused, but she gets a little bit turned on from that. This is where, well, she wasn't expecting that. Mostly his pink hair makes him kind of look goofy sometimes, but he's now became different. His pink hair made him more look serious. This is where, well, mostly Freya says, okay, I wasn't expecting that. He coughs up some blood. This is where, well, he then looks at Issei, and this is where Issei appears right in front of him. Before Free can even do anything, a kick smashed into him, a black flash kick. This is where the wall behind him right now cracks in an instant. Right now, launching Free through it. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly Free said, okay, gotta get out of here. He right now sends a flash bomb straight towards Issei, which Issei grabs and crushes with his hand and punches the shit out of Free. He smashed to the ground right now, kind of shocked. He said, okay, that's crazy. This is where he coughs up some blood, never actually expecting Issei to do something like that. He then pulls out a light sword, but this is where Issei pulls out literally a pocket, mostly a literally knife. Because he does usually can use weapons, but he pulls out a knife like a combat knife, and this is where, well, he looks at Free, and Free says, you think that little fucking knife can even hurt me? That is no way in hell that's gonna stab him right in the eye, and this is where Free, you son of a... This is where Issei right now rushes at him, grabs the light sword, mostly the hand with the light sword, turns that shit off, but at the same time twisting Free's arm and breaking it, right now kind of twisting it hard enough, and this is where Issei then punch him so hard in the face, launching him straight into the other side of the wall, but yeah, he now appears in an alleyway. This is where, well, Free says, okay, that's crazy. I wasn't expecting I was going to be fighting a devil that's quite strong, quite powerful. Holy shit, I gotta get out of here. This is where, well, he realizes his arm is broken. His other arm is almost broken, but he luckily managed to block the punch from Issei. But of course, his arm feels very hurt. This is where he's trying to get mostly a flash bomb. That ain't happening. What the? Get the flash bomb. Get the. This is where, mostly Issei says, get what flash bomb. This is where Issei takes his mostly pouch and mostly all his, like, grenades, flash bombs away and just threw it away from Free. Free says, come on, devil. We can literally talk about this. There's no need to talk about anything. I like to call this left, right, good night strike. This is where Free says, what the fuck? He gets punched in the face. Left, right, good night strike. He like knocked the fuck out of Free. Uppercut that shit. This man gets knocked out instantly. Cold. Issei says, weakling. Hey, Rias, do you think you'll be this is where, well, he sees Rias with hearts in her eyes, and this is where, well, her bluish eyes kind of have like these kind of like hearts, and this is where, well, pinkish hearts, and this is where, well, she kind of snapped out an instant after seeing Issei's kind of like worried face a little bit instead of his serious face. He's now worried as hell, and this is where, well, Rias snaps out and says, this is where, well, she kind of says, yeah, what's it called? She's all flustered instantly and says, yeah, we should probably get him out of here, or. Yeah, this is where mostly Issei says, if you're not feeling well, I can always... Issei right now picks her up bridal side, and this is where Rias is all flustered, and Issei says, stop, Issei, no, stop doing this. Issei says, you're not heavy, you're kind of light, you know that. Rias' flustered face right now becomes even more flustered, and this is where, well, she became even more red than her hair, and Issei says, we can leave him here, or we can get rid of him now. Rias says, yeah, this is where she used a bit of her destruction magic. It became into a perfect ball because she was concentrating it, but of course, well, she was more flustered with Issei being this powerful. So of course, she basically imagined the destruction ball being a little bit stronger, and she launches it straight to Free. It was perfectly just disintegrated his whole body. Of course, Issei picks up the Excalibur and says, what is this? This is where, well, Rias says, don't touch that. That's a... Why isn't it affecting you? Issei says, is it supposed to affect me? Weird. This is where Issei just tosses it up, down, and says, maybe this is fake or something. This is where Rias says, yeah, maybe it is. Issei puts it on the back, right now grabs Rias again, right now from mostly Bioside, and this is where Rias right now faces all flustered and red. Of course, she can feel mostly Issei's muscles, and this is where she's more flustered than ever. She right now holds on to Issei tightly because Issei says, well, we should be jumping towards the school then. This is where Rias says, this is where Issei jumps up on the building and starts running. This is where he keeps kind of parkouring on the building and jumping on it, but yeah. Issei says, wee! This is where Rias kind of is shocked to see Issei's speed and power and incredible jump and other things. He's quite flexible in other things, but yeah. He's doing flips while having Rias on him, but yeah. And this is where, well, he managed to get to Kuwa in just a couple of minutes, but yeah. Issei says, well, we're here then. This is where, well, mostly Issei smiles. Rias says, yeah. Her hair wasn't too, well, I mean, it was kind of messed up, but then again, she was kind of screaming a little bit, but this is where, well, the scream didn't reach the public, but not the point. Because Issei was moving quite fast, and not the point neither. But other than that, Rias right now gets off and says, yeah, we did make it. This is where, oh, she's all flustered and blushing, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei said, well, I mean, it's the middle of the night. Do you still want to go to the club? She said, yeah, we still need to do contracts and other things. Yeah. Issei said, okay. This is where, well, he's smiling with Rias, and Rias is kind of all flustered and everything. But other than that, I'll be ending it off here for mostly part 1 of this What If. Part 2 will be whenever. I don't know when, probably later. But other than that, bye soon, yeah.